Hello everybody, how good of you to join and welcome to the ultimate Anno 1800 playthrough. So after all these years, we have had quite a few Anno playthroughs, but this is like none of the others. We are not only going to play this time all the DLCs that this game has to offer, so Season Pass 1 and 2 plus the decoration DLCs. We are also going to add over 65 mods. You can find all of them in the video description of this video here. These are going to change the game dramatically. We're not only going to have new hard AI opponents like Princess Ting that we haven't had yet, so they are all 3 stars now. We're going to have Hugo Mercier, the anarchist, once again with his extensive quest line in it as well. He's now a 3-star opponent as well. We are also going to have completely overhauled pirates, so they're going to be stronger, have a stronger base, are going to be more aggressive, so this is ramping up the difficulty even more. And none of these mods is changing the difficulty or reducing it at all. So we're not going to have any mods that, add a bonus to any production or something like that. It's just pure hard difficulty survival from the beginning. And this time, all of the DLCs are included, so we're going to build yet again another huge city in Crown Falls that is going to have a completely overhauled tourism project. So we are going to have a train system like none of the others with passenger trains. We're going to have hotels that are going to work for that, train stations, beautiful big train stations. We have new color palettes, so a whole new overall collection of mods that add more color to the buildings, beside Project Distinction that adds the skyscrapers. So as you can see, I'm really excited about this one. I haven't seen the game in this state yet. It's that amazing. We're going to use this playthrough here then as the basis for the Season Pass 3 that is coming out in the next year. Yeah, and that's basically it. I hope you're going to enjoy this one. It was a lot of work putting all of that together. We're going now through the difficulty settings real quick and then right into a new Anno 1800 Ultimate playthrough. Stay tuned. And one of the first mods that is going to affect the difficulty of this game right away is the AI mod. But before we come to the AI mod, let's just have a brief look over our difficulty settings. I'm trying to achieve the expert setting once again, so that we are more or less on the hardest setting that we can achieve. And as we can see there, we have the settings. So we're going to start with a medium world size. We have mainly medium island sizes. The island difficulty is pretty hard. Everything else there, fertility mineral, is medium. That is because I still want to build a big city, of course, so we do need a lot of fertility there and minerals. This is the seed for this map, so if you want to play along, you are welcome to do so. And next up, this is where the game really gets interesting with the mods that we have with this war mod, the military mod. The military mod is increasing the difficulty of the AI in this game. And I haven't really played with Princess Queen yet, and she got boosted to 3 stars with this mod. She's really difficult now. She's aggressive, she's expensive, and she uses a lot of her diplomacy there as well, also to purchase shares. And I've never played with her before, so I'm really interested in that. We got new quests with her, new quest lines helping her and stuff like that. So with her, we're going also with a balanced diplomacy. We have Lady Margaret Hunt, also she got boosted as well. She's a bit more aggressive now. I don't know how hard she can still get, but well, there we have it. And with her, I'm going with no diplomacy. So we're going with always war with Miss Hunt. The time for peace with her is completely over. Last but absolutely not least is Hugo Mercier. Now he's the Anarchist DLC AI opponent, and he's also got boosted to 3 stars with this mod. So he's also way more aggressive now, uses diplomatic skills. We're going with a medium skill with him as well, there, diplomacy, because I want to follow his quest line that leads up to the big finale. I've never finished this quest line because it either bugged in the beginning when the patch came out, or I just never had the time to really do it. So we're going to follow his quest line. He's got a very interesting and long quest line that we can follow that leads then to a big finale. So we got two very aggressive AI opponents. I'm expecting a lot of war between them, also with us, of course, with Miss Hunt, and Hugo Mercier there as well. Looking forward to that. For the factions, we have Eli Bleakworth back again. He's got some interesting quests on his prison island, and nice items. Isabel Sarmento in the New World, and of course the 2 pirates there on hard difficulty once again, going to be aggressive. I know from my last playthrough that especially Sean is extremely hard in the new world there. Then we have the features. As we can see, income is low, construction cost, it even costs us money if we want to delete a building there, inactive upkeep. So if I put a building on inactivity, it still costs us money. Building relocation is off, trading post restocks is rare, city incidents are hard, quest frequency is rare, and the influence is high though still. We could tickle out a bit more difficulty with that setting, but I like high influence because with this we can build big zoos, museums, a big fleet and stuff like that, so we are really not limited by this feature there. Now, starting ship is the flagship. As always, we're starting with just one single ship. So we have no harbor, we have a very small capital, so we also need to look out for money there. No revealed map, of course, and the victory conditions are off, so it's basically an endless mode. These are the settings, and I hope we're in for a real treat here, a whole new experience, and well, this is going to be epic, I can tell you that. Let's get started. Alrighty, and here we are now. This is the beginning of something truly great. We are in for a real ride with this one. I'm really excited about all the possibilities that are opening in front of us, with so many mods and stuff like that, and really hard AI and revised and overhauled pirates as well. So looking forward to all of that. I hope everything is running stable. I hope we can actually survive. There are a few minutes, and yeah, as we can see, we got Miss Hunt here with Desdemona. She's on the way too, and yes, it's winter, so we do have some snow there. There we got the first island already coming up right in front of us. So we got the archipelago map. In that case, I know that there are 4 main islands in the center. Oh, Miss Hunt vanished. And I first want to find out what is the best one of these. So we do have here a pretty good one actually. We do have some oil on it, we do have some iron deposits, we do have some clay deposits here, 3 clay deposits in fact, but a lot of rivers. I don't like rivers that much. There is another island coming up. It's got the potato and grain, which is the important one here. We got 2 clay deposits, 3 iron and 3 coal deposits, and a bit of oil there as well. And oh, look at that, where the clay deposits are. Very good. Yeah, let's go with this one. I especially love the harbor area here. Look at that. Beautiful. Perfect for defending this island there. And this is how it all starts. So about 100 hours of gameplay start right here. We're going to Africa, we're going to the Arctic, we're going to the New World, we're going to build a massive city in Crown Falls, and it all always starts with one single trading post called Sleepy Hollow. This is where our empire starts, the empire of the cat, as I like to call it, and out here we are making it, right? We got a beautiful island there, we got some clay deposits, we can move them once we have the scholars if we want to further optimize everything. And yes, another thing that we always start with, of course, is a double road. So our main road, our first beginning here, and right next to it, we're also going with the first street out there. So there I want to have my industry a bit. Out here we also go then towards the clay deposits that we're going to need later. We don't have much money, we have a negative balance, so we are not in the best spot. And oh please, Miss Hunt, where are you going? Oh no! Alright, the strongest AI is settling right across us. Right, there we are, and there's Miss Hunt. I can see a huge harbor battle here against her harbor area there. Alright, my ship is going out again. We need to do some exploring, and I need to really get cracking here with the industry. So we're going to start with a little warehouse. I'm going to build it in blueprint mode first, so that we approximate load. Keep in mind, I don't have relocation on, and I don't have the refunding on, right? So every building that I build is permanent. I can't remove, or I can't move it anymore. I can only remove it, and even that costs me money then. So we need to be very careful about where I want to have my buildings, how I build them, and stuff like that. So there we have our first sawmills, of course the lumberjack huts, getting to the sawmills then, and then going there. So I think this is pretty good for our first layout. This is why I want to start with the blueprint always, right? And once we know it's fixed, it's good. So these lumberjack huts will produce now wood for us. First of all, they need to plant the trees. Then they will deliver the logs to the sawmill. They produce it or process it to the planks, and the planks get delivered to the warehouse, where we do need to have free loading ramps. At the moment we have 2 of them, where the carts are being transported then. What is still missing though is the workforce. So we don't have any people working here. We lack workforce. That is another thing that we need to do, and we need to do this right now here in the center. So I'm going to start once again with a few houses. Once again in blueprint, we are going to have another main road like this, right? I love the main roads. Keep in mind though, we're not going to have a train system here in Sleepy Hollow. We're going to build a massive train system in Crown Falls then on the big island that we can unlock later, where we're also going to have passenger trains and stuff like that. So this is what I want to focus on later. Right now here we just focus on getting started to have expeditions ready, and of course to get our harbor defenses ready as well, which we need to get ASAP, because I'm pretty sure the AI will build ships rather sooner than later. Here we continue with a few houses. It's all in blueprint mode. Next up, we do need a marketplace, so we're going to have one here, and look at that, thanks to Christmas season, we also have a little Christmas market there. So this is really changing with the seasons. They're a really cool thing. What we now need is, of course, some roads, and this is so exciting. It's really just an empty island here at the moment with a few blueprints, and soon people will be living here, and there will be more people. It's getting more powerful and stuff like that, so I'm so looking forward to all of that. Especially and also Africa once again, so now that we know how it goes there, with all the irrigation and the Arctic expedition, having a little Frostpunk on the way. And this is looking good. Let's build us the marketplace. There it is, in all its glory. And next up, the first block of houses, just across it. And thus we have reached the age of agriculture. The first people now moved into that, and we can also see the different mods that we have taking effect right away. Most notably is the color correction mod and project distinction, which adds a huge new variety to all these buildings here. So we got even new buildings for the farmers and the workers, new colors there for the roofs. This is going to look fantastic later then. I'm just going to add a few more of these farmers here now. And as we can see also, the first people are now on the streets of Sleepy Hollow, a quaint settlement at the moment, nothing else. Let's just get out there again with my ship and have a look around. I'm going now to the north, so I'm first scouting around my island there to see what's lurking there. We do have another island here with some hops on it, and some clay. Over here we have an island with hops and fur. Oh, this is a powerful island. This is really good. We need hops for the beer later and fur for our fur coat. Plus the limestone deposit is here too. Miss Hunt offers us a quest right now, but as I promised, we're not going to have any diplomacy with Miss Hunt, so I'm going to declare war with her right away. Right, so we are going to be eternal war with her. On the other hand, I still need to find my other opponents, Queen and the Anarchist, to also open up diplomacy with them. And yes, as we can see, also the production with the planks has started. So there's the first cut with the logs now getting to the sawmill. In that regard, the workforce is taking effect. And we will also now have our first plank or timber production then up and running, though of course it's taking a while. So our main goal right now is first of all to survive, get us a weapon industry and a ship industry up so that we can build our fleet. The next thing would be to go to artisans as quickly as possible to open up the expeditions for the New World and Crown Falls. And also of course to go, well, first of all to also have a second island under our control. This one is looking pretty good too. Here far to the north, here we have hops. Hops is pretty important for beer. We have the red pepper and we have some iron deposits as well. So this is also a very nice island that we can just settle on later then. And boy, do we need to settle quickly, because I'm pretty sure the other opponents will do the same thing. Now, let's see, we got the first plank in again. So the production is now in full swing, as we can see, is being delivered to the warehouse here. And we also already have all the ramps here being occupied. And there the first planks are in. Can I already go with the fishery? Yes, I can. We do not have the best workforce for it, but I do also need to get my fish up so that we can, you know, produce some food then on this part here as well. So let's have the first fishery here, right? So we can have a few of them here later then. For now, let's build the first one, this one here. And ahoy, the fishery pier is out, and the first fisherman will then traverse out there. Hopefully not too far out, because Miss Hunt is just around the corner. We can just see her. This is going to be interesting later for sure. With the rest of the planks, I'm going to continue building some farmhouses. We do need to keep the workforce up there. Here, I'm going to have my pub once we have unlocked it. And here, I can then continue with some more houses. Right, let's have a look at my ship. My ship has arrived with another island, a pretty standard island, not very good, you know, in all honesty. So let's just continue there to the next part with my ship. And yeah, let's also just have a look at it. A beautiful ship indeed, our very first ship. There is none other at the moment, and hopefully we won't lose it. I've always lost my flagship yet, so hopefully we can break the cycle there. We're going to build another one here. And have we unlocked anything else yet? No, we haven't. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare here my next industries already, which is the work cloth and which is the schnapps production. Both of them we're going to need quite early. I'm going to have my work cloth here, or... Oh, we have found the anarchist. Hugo Mercier, he is introducing himself now. So his island is coming up now. Very good. We'll continue here. And there he is, in all his quaint little settlement there. And as we can see, he's got his own style of city ornaments. So with the ornaments here, the anarchist. So everything against capitalism in that case. Let's just open him up, and there we have him. And let's flatter him and try to make something good with him, right? We could also ask for a quest. At the moment, he doesn't have one. So yeah, no story from him at the moment, but it's coming. No worries there. We're going to build some more farmhouses. And we have now 75 people in our little village. And just enjoy this moment, the simplicity of it all. Because, you know, this game gets really busy really quickly. I'm also interested how the AIs will work together with each other. Especially since we got now 3 3-star AI opponents and they're all modded. And look who's flying around here as well. It's Santa Claus. Delivering the presents to Miss Hunt at the moment. I don't think that she needs any presents. I don't think that she believes in Christmas at all, because she's the devil, as we know. And thus, she will probably shoot him down if she could. Please. Oh, and Princess Queen, or Jing, she's calling herself Jing, so I'm just going with that, is introducing herself. There she's got in Silkmoth City, and I'm really curious about her. I've never played with her because she's always been a 1-star opponent. Now she's a 3-star opponent and aggressive. I'm looking forward to it, especially her quest line, because she's got a very interesting quest line with her Asian background. She's coming from China, as we know. This is going to be interesting. And I still need to find Archie. We still need to find him. Let's just have a look. There is, I think that's him. Yep. Why? Because Archie is on an island that is not high. And most islands are elevated, right? This one is not really elevated. So this must be him. We're just going to have a look at that. And we've also reached the village status for our city. As we can see, a lot of timber is coming in now. So I can continue building more and more farmhouses now. In that regard, this opens up new production. Primarily the schnapps and the work clothes, and that's what we need to do. And there we got Archie as well coming in now. Very good. Hello. He's the ambassador of the queen, so he's the representative of the crown, and in that case we're going to have a lot of stuff to do with him later. Right now he's offering only timber for us, right? And that's pretty much it. Nothing interesting here, so we can continue. I would still like to scout ahead up here, because that's where we haven't gone yet. And we continue then here now with the new production chains. Alright, I would like to start here with our schnapps production. In that case, for schnapps we do need several things. The first one is, of course, potato fields. So the potato fields I'm going to have here. And here I would like to have my distillery stand. Let's go with the first one and let's just see how many fields we need. And as we can see, yep, quite a few. So I'm going to have them around the farm there as well, like so. And now I can just copy this one into this direction there. And then I can copy all 3 of them and copy that like so. And thus have a huge potato field production just like that. This is really amazing, this feature. Right, we can do the same thing. We can do copy the 4 here and just put him here, for example, if I need to. And I don't know yet. Perhaps we're going to take 2 for now. Put them here. Because don't forget, the village needs to grow as well, so we're going to into this direction then as well. Another thing that we need here then with the distilleries coming up primarily is the fire station. And I'm going to add another warehouse for the distilleries now. We have, let's see, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 potato farms. So having 11 distilleries makes sense. Let's start with the first 6 here. And then I'm going to add, wait a second, another warehouse then here later. So it's just here at the end of everything. And then we can have, let's have another 4 here, another 6 here, right? Because we're going to need quite a few of them. That's it. Fire station. And thus our schnapps would be up. Let's continue building. I still have timber, and we should never really cap timber. What I can also see is that the population is quite unhappy at the moment. Reason for that is they want a pub and we don't have one. So let's build a pub. There we have it. And let's also upgrade it right away. And look at that. Also a revised pub. It's looking different now, much sharper, with different roof colors. Just absolutely fantastic. And yeah, we have now this little marketplace here where people can purchase something and drink beer during daytime there. Absolutely fantastic. And this, of course, is increasing now the happiness again to a content population. And the more content they are, the less riots we have, and the more taxes they pay. We are going to continue building more farmhouses while we continue with our next production, which is the sheep farms. So the sheep farms is another thing. I'm going to have the warehouse here for now, and then we just need some sheep farms, and I'm going to add quite a few here, those guys, and hopefully this is working out for the space that we have there, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to work out for us, right? And we need one here and this one, and look at that, we might even squeeze in another farm here as well. There we got a few of them. I might just continue with more sheep farms here, but I will definitely also need a warehouse then. And then we can continue with another sheep farm, most likely up here, and perhaps even here. Hopefully this works. Let's just see. There we still have the space for it. And this guy here, and this guy here. Perfect. Perfect so far. And even more sheep farms here. Don't forget, we're going to need a lot of sheep farms also for the sail making later on for our ships, right? So this is why we need a lot of them. What I also will need, beside the sheep farms, I think this is even not enough. So we will just continue with a few more sheep farms in this area then as well. That is going to lead us right next to this warehouse out there. So there we're just going to add now a few more of these fields, like so. Righto, also another warehouse, and keep in mind, yes, I know this is rather dry at the moment, but you know, it's going to pay off long-term wise because we never really have to worry about these basic foundations anymore. Now we have that. The only thing we need now is the framework knitters, and we're going to add here our first block of framework knitters, and I think it's a block of 6 of them, so that we are going to have 6 here, and I might also just squeeze in another block here of more framework knitters. Right, of course, we're going to need yet another warehouse then as well for all of that, and most likely also fire stations. Speaking of fire stations, look at that, what new buildings we have. We have huge new fire station police, we have prisons, new ones, so many new buildings. You're going to be flashed by what this game still has to offer after all these years. Now, let's continue. That is up and running now, very good. I think it is actually time then soon to get this production cracking. Let's just upgrade a few more farmers there, or let's just build a few more farmers. Very good, that we have the workforce ready for all these new productions. My flagship is out here. I think there's nothing really new anymore. As we can see, we found another island there. And I'm just going to send my flagship now back to Archie, because we need to purchase steel beams then soon. I've also got my first quest out. So there we got the first farmer quest line. Bloody hounds have the whole neighborhood terrorized. Sooner or later, a kid's going to end up bitten. Lock them away, you must. Alright, find the stray dog. So there are some dogs strolling around, and this was rather easy. There they are, right, for a small village. We just collect them and get a reward, and it's a mate. Can we sell this one for a good price? 1,350 credits. This is not so bad because we are still making a loss here. So I might sell it at some point. There's a bit more timber coming in for more farmers now. So now we have a difficult situation right now because we need to build. We are limited by the timber though. So I'm going to build yet another lumberjack hut with another sawmill here. Of course, this is costing me a bit, but it's really just a small price there. The price is much higher if I would have to wait for timber so long, right? So this one is now delivering it to the sawmill there, and thus we have 4 sawmills connected to this warehouse there. This should be fine. And quite a busy port we have here. Another cool thing is, if I go now into the first person mode, I just love this mode. And as we can see, there we also have a beautiful harbor. This is going to be interesting later then. So having a huge harbor defense here, and just on the other side, if I go around it, on the other side we will see then Miss Hunt's harbor. So this is something I'm really looking forward to. I think I saw another quest though. Wasn't there just a quest here now? Someone waving at me? Nope. But Jing has a quest for us. I'm interested in that. A beautiful flower that grows in the mountains has been haunting my dreams lately. I know I will not stop thinking about it until I can have some for my flower arrangement. 4,400 credits she gives me if I find her 3 wild narcissus or narcissus that grow right on this island here. At her island, so I just need to find it, and there we get the first ones. Bear in mind, these first quests are really simple, right? So there's no fighting involved yet, stuff like that. And by the way, we've also had the first level up here now to level 2 because of our population growing, and thus we have more influence. So with every level that we gain, we get more influence. We have 125 yet that we can use for ships, special buildings, and also for propaganda that is coming up soon.
From decay, you sprout a blush of lotus.
And very good, we turned in the quest, 4,400 credits there, so a bit of relief for us. We got a lot of planks in now. Let's start with our first production, which is going to be the sheep farms. For that, I'm going to need not only the 2 warehouses here, but also the first sheep farms. Let's get the first 3 sheep farms up and running. There we have them now. These sheep must live a beautiful life, right? I mean, that view, I definitely enjoy this one, and once we have then war fleets coming in and out, those sheep will have a very exciting life indeed. Got the sheep farms now, and what we still need is another warehouse. This one to build us the first 2 framework knitters. And of course he likes it because we got those workers up and running now. He wouldn't like it that much anymore once I have artisans or even investors, holy moly. But for now it's looking good, and these buildings, I'm still totally in love with the whole art style here. I have one, I can build one more. There we have it. So those guys are now waiting for the sheep wool, and then they make some work clothes out of it. So the sheep, they produce now, as we can see, and are already delivering the first wool here to the warehouse, so that we have this production up. As we can see though, it's costing us a lot of money and workforce. So 200 farmers were consumed now, and also the balance is really negative at the moment. What we can do at RG, I'm going to purchase some timber here, 23 tons, get it back there. It's really cheap, and it's so important to get more timber in. We need to grow more quickly. What I can also do is I can just open up now a purchase offer for timber in general. So I'm just going to buy as much timber as there is. It's really cheap, so I'm not going to lose too much money, and I just need a lot of it. We want to expand as quickly as possible.
A competitor raised a settlement.
And what we can also see is that Miss Hunt, the cheater that she is already settling on new islands. Lucky this time it's not a very good island. She settled on primarily for the clay, I'm pretty sure of, that she's got here. But in that case, it's at this point pretty much impossible to settle on other islands. But of course, we know the AI at this point. They're not really playing by the rules, but we are just still going to defy them. We're still going to defeat them against all odds, hopefully. Hopefully so. My ship is on the way again. We should definitely also never be at war with Hugo, because he is on the canal or the channel here right to RG. So if I'm at war with him, his harbor defense could fire at my ships while I pass through. Very dangerous indeed. And I can also see here already that I will need to be very careful about sending my ships out, because a step too far, as we can see, and they're within the range of the cannons of Miss Hunt, and that is deadly for all ships. Now I've got a bit of timber in again, and also my flagship has arrived, so let's just unload all the timber that we have. And what I can do now is, yep, I can now start up my next production, which is the schnapps. We're going to start with 4 potato fields, and thus also 4 distilleries. And as we can see, this is totally depleting my workforce and my money. It's down really hard there now. They are working. A very nice detail about these fields here is that we have fences around them, not where the blueprint is though. As we can see here, the game is already expecting me to build more here soon, so it's not going to lay out any fences there. This is a really nice detail, I think. And yes, all these farmers are working now on the fields, producing some potato for us. As we can see, potatoes already being transported in here to the distilleries. One thing that we definitely need here though is the fire station. And there we also got our first fire station up and running now. This pal will be dousing flames, and those distilleries, as we know, are very likely to catch fire. So, we got the work cloth, we got the schnapps. I think we're not that far away anymore from workers, right? As we can see, work cloth is in. And what we can see, yes, we can upgrade the farmers to workers right away. And let's do this with the first block here right away. And thus we have reached the next era already. We are also close to level 3. We got the workers now, and just look how different it is. Look how beautiful those new buildings are that we find here now, with all these new color palettes as well. Age of Industrialization is up and running, and with that a whole new block of industries that we need to build really quickly. Among them is the sausage, the soap, the bread, and of course we can now also start our steel and weapons production, which we need to focus on soon. Hope you enjoyed so far. This is going to be a very interesting playthrough. Stay tuned.